Hi there fellow guitarists, welcome to the first tutorial for Sevilla by Albeniz. This is an amazing piece of music transcribed from the piano version. Before we get started, make sure you tune your 6th string down to D and your 5th string down to G. This is an open G6 tuning. It's called a G6 because we also have the E note in there, which is the 6th. Remember, if you want the tabs or the sheet music, follow the link in the description below, or you can leave a comment with your email address or send me a private message with your email address in it. Subscribe to the channel, like the video if you like it, and I'll be happy to send those tabs out to you. Let's play this. It starts with a half bar at the 7th fret and 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the B string. You can strum through, or you can do some type of rasguedo if you wish, that's up to you. You can even just pick the open G, which is the 5th string, and the first 3 strings together. So you can do it like that, or there's a few options, it's really up to you. Then we're going to pick the first 2 strings and pull off from the 8th fret to the 7th on the B string like this. The next note is 10th fret on the G string and 7th fret on the 1st string together, like that. Then we're going to do, which is a pull off from the 9th to the 8th on the G string, and you play the 7th fret on the 1st string at the same time, like that. You also play an open D. Then we're going to shift the bar up to 4 strings, and there we're playing 7th fret on the D string, 7th fret on the G string, and 8th fret on the 1st string together. Then we go back to the half bar, and we play the open D, the 2nd and 1st strings together, then to the 7th fret on the G string. That whole phrase sounds like this. Then do it again. Then we're going to move up to where the song kind of really truly starts. That's like an introductory motif, and then we come up here. The 4th finger at the 15th fret on the 1st string, and what I do here is I rest my right hand thumb on the 6th string so that it doesn't accidentally sound through. And then I rasguedo all 5 strings. So it's that. And then we hammer from 12, 14, and then back to 12 on the D string like this. So it's hammer on 12, 14, and then 2 on the 12th fret again. Then we're doing the D7 shape, which is, if you know the D7 shape, it's like that, but we're doing it an octave higher. 4th finger on the 14th fret of the 1st string, 2nd finger on the 13th fret of the B string, and 3rd finger on the 14th fret of the G string. And we strum all 5 strings again, so then to the 10th fret on the 1st string, then to the 12th fret, and strum through all again. Then we're doing a quick hammer and pull off. So that's from the 12th to the 14th to the 12th to the 10. That sounds like this. Then followed by a quick open D. Then we're doing a half bar across 4 strings at the 7th fret, and 2nd finger is on the 8th fret of the 1st string. Strum through 5 strings again. Then to the 10th fret on the B string. Then we're going to strum again and go 7, 8, 10 on the 1st string like this. Take it from here. Followed by an open D, then a hammer from 4 to 7 on the G string. From here. Then we have this. Here I have my 1st finger on the 4th fret of the D string, 2nd finger 5th fret G string, and I'm going to play an open G at the same time. Remember, this is open G. I can call it 5th string open. And we're doing 2 hammers from 5 to 7 on the G string. So from here, we do the 3 strings for the first one, then hammer, but the next time it's just a hammer on the 3rd string, like this. Then we have open 5th string, open 3rd string, open 2nd string. Then we've got this chord, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 3rd finger 4th fret G string, and we play open D and those 2 strings together. So we have hammering from 3rd to 5 on the B string. We do that twice. And then we have a pull off from the 3rd fret to the open on the 1st string, and we play those 4 strings like this together. So it's the same chord. Then we're going to pivot around this finger. 1st finger goes to the 2nd fret on the 1st string, 4th finger goes to the 5th fret on the G string, and we strum through 5 strings. Then we have this, which is the 6th string and 1st string open, and back to this 3rd fret on the B string. I'll take it from here. Then we do it all again. And this time we're going to go to this chord. That's a bar across 4 strings at the 3rd fret, and 3rd finger onto the 5th fret of the D string, and we strum through 5 strings. Then we're going to do a hammer on from 3rd to 4th on the B string, and then back to the 3rd fret twice on the B string. Like this. Here we're doing a bar at the 1st fret, and 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd finger 3rd fret on the 6th string, and we play 6, 3 and 1, followed by the 1st fret on the B string. Then back to the 3rd fret. This time you need to bar 5 strings. Strum through 5, 4, 3, 2 strings. Then play the B string again. Then hammer onto the 4th fret, then out to the 6th fret. Then back to the 3rd fret on the D string. That whole phrase sounds like this. Then going to this chord, which is a bar. You don't really have to bar, you could do it like this. 3rd finger 4th fret on the B string, 1st finger 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd finger 3rd fret on the 6th string, and play those 3 strings, 6, 3 and 2. And then to the 5th fret on the G string, sounding like this. Then we have a series of semiquavers like this. Bar at the 3rd fret again, and we play 5, 4, 3, 2 strings. Then we have 2 hammers from 3 to 4 on the B string. Then out to the 6th fret on the B string. Then 3, 5, 3 on the 1st string. I do a pull off from 5 to 3. Then we come back from 6, 4, 3 on the B string, and we start with 3rd fret on the D string at the same time. Then finish with 5th fret at the G string, like this. Then you do it again. The last time you do it, you can strum through like that. Which is 5, 4, 3, 2 on the 3rd fret. Then we have a hammer from 3 to 5 on the D string, and then 3 twice on the D string. Then we change chords. 1st finger 2nd fret on the 5th string, 3rd finger 4th fret on the D string, 2nd finger 3rd fret on the B string. So that's from the 3rd fret on the B string to the 5th fret on the G string. From here. We're going here. Open 5th string, 3rd fret on the D string, and an open B. Then we have a hammer from 0 to first on the G string and then back to open. This. Then we slide from the first fret to the third fret on the B string. Then this chord, third finger 5th fret on the 5th string, open G, and second finger 4th fret on the B string together. So it's 5, 3 and 2 together. Then we have a bit of a stretchy chord. The 2nd fret on the G string and 6th fret on the B string, and we're going to pull off to the 4th fret on the B string. Like that. So if I play all of that together, it sounds like this. So now we're up to this chord. That's an open D, 4th fret on the G string and 3rd fret on the B string together. 6, 3, 2. Then we hammer from 4 to 5 on the G string, then 3rd fret on the B string, there we move along. And we're going to hammer from 12 to 13 on the B string, then back to 12. Here we have first finger on the 10th fret of the D string, third finger 11th fret G string, second finger 10th fret B string. Play those 3 strings and hammer on to the 12th fret of the B string. And then it's back to the beginning, but we start with a slightly different chord. So you can recognize this part here, but this time we're adding on the 3rd finger to the 9th fret on the D string. And we play 5, 4, 3, 2, like that. And then it starts again. Instead of going here, this time we're going to do a little build up. So there we strum that, which is open G and the half bar at the 7th fret that begins the song, and then we have this. Here we have an open B and a pull off from 5 to 4 and then back to 5 on the D string at the same time. When you go back to the 5th fret, make sure you play an open B at the same time. Then we move on here. Same idea. Pull off from 4 to 3 and then back to 4 with a D on the 3rd fret of the B string at the same time. When you get back there, make sure you play both strings at the same time, 3 and 2. Then we move that idea along. 3rd finger to the 8th fret on the B string, and we're going to pull off from 7 to 6 and then back to 7 on the G string like this. When you get back onto the 7th fret, make sure you pick the B string again. Then we're shifting. That's the beginning chord again, which is a pull off from 8 to 7 on the B string, and we play the 7th fret on the E string at the same time, and then both strings again. Then we move to the 10th fret, barring across 2 strings, or you could just bar across one, it doesn't matter. Then we're pulling off from 12 to 11 to 12. Make sure you pick both strings at the beginning, pull off, and then when you put your finger back on, both strings again. Sounds like this. Here we have a little bit of a stretch. 4th finger is at the 15th fret on the 1st string, 2nd finger 12th fret on the B string, and we're going to pull off from 12 to 11 on the B string. When we put our finger back on to the 12th fret, we've got to play the open G as well, so we're playing all 3 strings at that point. Then you do it again. You do that like this. And then we have a series of open Gs. That's the rhythm there. It sounds like this. moving to a bar at the 8th fret, barring 5 strings, and our 4th finger is at the 11th fret on the 1st string, and we play 5, 3, 2, 1. Then we hammer from 8 to 10 and then back to 8 twice on the D string. Then to this chord, still hold the bar. 2nd finger is on the 9th fret of the B string, 3rd finger 10th fret on the 1st string, and we play 5, 3, 2, 1. And then to the 11th fret on the B string, and then 5, 3, 2, 1 at the 8th fret, and then a hammer pull off from 8 to 10 to 8 on the 1st string, then back to the 11th fret on the B string. So it sounds like this. Then to the D string, 8th fret. This chord here, barring across the 7th fret, we have the 2nd finger on the 8th fret of the 6th string, 3rd finger on the 9th fret of the G string, and we play 6, 3 and 2 strings. Then to the 10th fret on the G string. Back to a bar across 5 strings at the 8th fret, play 5, 4, 3, 2, then hammer from 8 to 9 and then out to 11 on the B string. Like that phrase sounds like this. Then we hammer from open to 3 at the G string, like that. Then the next chord, 3rd finger 3rd fret on the 5th string and 1st finger 1st fret on the G string. We play the 5th string and 3rd strings together and then hammer twice from 1 to 3 on the G string. First finger on the 1st fret of the 6th string and an open G together. And there we have 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the G string, play the barred note on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. So we do that twice, and then we do a pull off from 4 to 1 on the B string. There, keep holding the bar, and we have 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, 2nd finger 3rd fret on the 5th string. We play 5, 3 and 2 together. We do that 1st fret on the B string to the 3rd fret on the G string. It sounds like this. Then back to the bar. But here, instead of going to this, we're going to this chord. And it sets us up to go into a key change to D major. We have the 8th fret on the 5th string, 11th fret on the D string, and 10th fret on the B string. You play those 3 strings together, then to the 8th fret on the B string. That's where that chord comes in. Then to the 8th fret on the B string. Now we have an open D, and we're doing a bar across 4 strings at the 7th fret, 6, 4, 3, 2 strings, and then we hammer from 8 to 10 on the B string. Going from this chord. There we have 3rd finger 4th fret D string, 1st finger 2nd fret G string, and play 4 then 3. There we start with an open G and 5th fret on the D string together. So there we're going to the 2nd fret on the G string, back to the D string, and then back to the G string. And we have an open D and 4th fret on the D string. There we have the 4th fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the G string. Play those both together and then hammer onto the 4th fret on the G string like this. Do it 2 times. That phrase from here sounds like this. Hold these there, put your 2nd finger onto the 3rd fret of the B string. You're going to play those 3 strings, 4, 3, 2, and then pull off from the 3rd to the open B. Like that. Then we're going to twist around to a half bar at the 2nd fret. 4th finger comes to the 4th fret on the D string. You're going to play 6, 4, 3, 2, and then do a pull off from the 4th fret to the 2nd fret on the G string. That little phrase sounds like this. Go back. So here we have the half bar again at the 7th fret, 4th finger 10th fret on the 1st string, and we play open D and the first 3 strings together, then hammer from 7 to 9 and then back to 7 twice on the D string. Then our bar comes across 5 strings, 2nd finger onto the 8th fret of the B string, 3rd finger 9th fret 1st string, and play 5, 3, 2, 1 together. Then to the 10th fret on the B string. There we're using the bar again at the 7th fret, open D and the first 3 strings together. Then we do a hammer pull off from 7 to 9 on the 1st string, and back to the 10th fret on the B string. Then we move this bar to the 6th fret. 2nd finger goes onto the 7th fret of the 6th string, 3rd finger 8th fret on the B string, and we play the 6th string, the G string, and the B string together. Then to the 9th fret on the G string. After this chord, bar again, 5 strings at the 7th fret, play 5, 4, 3, 2, then hammer from the 8 to the 10 on the B string. And then we're back to this sequence here. Do that and then come back to the 7th fret, play the exact same thing again, but this time instead of hammering from 7 to 9, we're going to hammer from 7 to 8. 7, 8, 7. Then to the 10th fret on the 1st string. Move to this chord, 4th finger 9th fret on the 1st string, 3rd finger 8th fret on the B string, 2nd finger 8th fret on the 5th string. Play those 3 strings together. Then we move to this chord, 1st finger 5th fret on the 1st string by itself. Then we have an open D, 7th fret on the B string and 5th fret on the 1st string together. It sounds like this. Then we do 7, 8, 7 like this. On the D string, back to the 10th fret on the 1st string, back to this chord. So it's the same thing done twice. Then here we go back to the 10th fret, but we do an octave instead. So we're playing the 7th fret on the G string and the 10th fret on the 1st string together. Then we do a bar across 5 strings at the 8th fret, and we play the 5th string, 3rd string and 1st strings together. I'm going to play that whole bit together. Here we have like a scale run. 3rd finger 7th fret on the D string, and I do a slide from 5 to 7 on the G string, and then 8, 10 on the G string. There I do a hammer from 8 to 10, then back to 8, 7. There I'm doing hammer, 5, 7, then 5, and then 8 on the D string. Then I do a hammer from 7 to 8 on the D string. Then 5, 7, then 5, 7, 5 on the G string. To 8, back to 7, then open G. Then 3, 5 on the D string, 2, 3 on the G string, 5 on the D string. Hammer from 3 to 5 on the D string. Back to the 3, and then to the first fret on the D string. The sequence sounds like this. On the 6th string and D on the 4th string. Then we have this sequence of chords played all together. So we have a D chord there, first finger bar 3 strings at the 2nd fret, second finger onto the 3rd fret of the B string. So following that, play the 3, 2, 1 strings together. Then add these 2 fingers on, 3rd finger goes to the 4th fret on the D string, 4th finger, 5th fret on the 1st string. Play those 4 strings. Got this. There we have the half bar at the 7th fret and 4th finger 10th fret on the 1st string. Play the 4 strings. So you've got the open D in there as well. Then I have to do a full bar here. It's just the way that I am. If I try to do it like this, I can't really do it. So I do a full bar here and it gives me support to do this chord. If you're strong enough, you could just do it like that, but I can't do that. I have to bar 6 strings here, and I've got my 4th finger on the 11th fret of the 1st string, and 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the 6th string, and I play the 6th string and the first 3 strings. The sequence sounds like this. And then we're moving back to the 3rd fret, to this chord, 4th finger 6th fret on the A string, 3rd finger 5th fret D string, 1st finger 3rd fret G string, 4th finger 4th fret B string. And you play those 4 strings together, 5, 4, 3, 2. The sequence sounds like this. Then you do it again. But this time when you start, you've got this D chord shape here, but put your 3rd finger onto the 4th fret of the D string. And start with 6, 4, 3, 2. Move to the first 3 strings, and then back to that chord, and it's all the same from here. Okay, so that sequence from the rapid scale passage sounds like this. And then we're back to the D chord. So here we have the open D and the first 3 strings together. And then we're going to have a motive that is exactly like this passage. But we're doing it here instead. Okay, so let's just run that. So we have that chord there. And then we do the pull off. So the first 2 strings and then pull off from 3 to 2 on the B string. Then 4th finger out onto the 5th fret of the G string and play that and the 1st string at the same time. There we have the open A and the 1st string played together, and we're pulling off from 4 to 3 on the G string. It sounds like this. And then our bar moves across 4 strings. And we play 2nd fret on the D string, 2nd fret on the B string, and 3rd fret on the G string together, like that. And then we release that bar, bring it back to the 3 strings, and we have the D string, 1st string, B string together, and into the G string. That sounds like this. Do it twice. Finish with that. Open Ds. And then to this chord. 1st finger 5th fret on the G string, 2nd finger 7th fret on the B string, and 4th finger 10th fret on the 1st string with an open D. Then 2 more on the 10th fret of the 1st string. From here. Then we're going to this chord, bar across 5 strings at the 7th fret, 4th finger stays on that 10th fret, and the 3rd finger goes to the 10th fret on the D string, and you all 6, but I don't. I just play the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take it from the scale passage. Back to the beginning. Fellow guitarists, we have made it to the end of the first tutorial. The second section is really nice, slow. It's a key change to C minor. Thanks for checking out this tutorial. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you want to be kept up to date with some of the coolest songs in the classical guitar repertoire. I usually add about 2 to 3 songs a week, and I also create the transcription that you can download for free. Actually, the tabs, they're free, and if you want the sheet music that has the left hand fingering, right hand fingering, and full performance indications with all the sheet music and the tab running underneath, then for a small fee you can also purchase that from my website. Have fun playing the guitar, you know, it's one of the life's great journeys, especially for me. Also, make sure you check out the links if you want to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. You can see a lot of the gigs that I do and performances that I've done throughout the years and things that are coming up. As you know, let your fingers fly.